welcome everyone to CC Worldwide Voices. And it's my pleasure today to welcome Sue Cimino for today's very special Worldwide Voices event, Emerging Sovereignty, which is a powerful conversation about awakening to the truth of who we are and stepping into our fullest potential with clarity, courage, and grace. Our speaker today is not only deeply gifted, but also deeply devoted to the transformational journey that each of us is being called into during this time of significant change. Sue Cimino is an author, speaker, intuitive, and visionary who has spent years helping people around the world reconnect with their wholeness. Known as a wholeness activator, Sue works with people to help them move beyond self imposed limitations, reclaim their authenticity, and live in alignment with their true essence. Today, Sue will guide us through what it means to rise into our sovereignty in a rapidly changing world, how to move beyond outdated beliefs, meet uncertainty with strength and grace, and live more fully as the powerful, intuitive, creative beings that we truly are. So please join me in welcoming the beautiful, inspiring, and extraordinary Sue Cimino.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Angela. I just have to tell you, I'm delighted to be here. So I really thank you for the invite. And I love how many of you I know, you CC members that have come because I recognize your faces. I've hugged lots of you. I love, I love CC and I love CC members. So it's really an honor for me to be here for this opportunity to talk. You know, I like to talk, but let's see. So a special welcome to everyone, even if they're watching the replays, because some people will be getting this after the fact. And because many of you are somewhat familiar with me, some of you are very familiar with me, I'm just going to do a really, really brief couple of things that the others might want to know. I used to be an accountant, a workaholic accountant. I had a spiritual awakening in 86. And in 96, there was an even deeper awakening, after which, and that was 30 years ago. That made me feel old when I when I calculated that. It's like, oh shoot, 30 years ago, I was told I was here on the planet to for the quantum leap for humanity. And I remember like going, well, I don't know what that is, and what would I have to do with that? But as I wandered around the world, I always kept that in my mind. It was years after that that I was called to Tasmania. And while I was there, creation talked to me. Yes. Um, and told me amazing things that I had no idea why I was being told or what I would do with it. And, you know, like looking back, I can see how I was being trained every step of the way for what I'm doing now. Um, but while I was in Tasmania, um, well, I was aware of the Kali Yugas and how humanity, we as humanity, have destroyed ourselves multiple times. Like it was a knowing, and it was stuff that was crossing my path, and I was very upset. But there was a moment out on the rocks along the coast of Tasmania where I knew without a shadow of a doubt that we make it through, that we don't destroy ourselves this time. And it made even more sense because they told me I was here for the quantum leap. And so while I was in Tasmania, I was connected up, and I'm sure it was a divine setup with what I call what, well, the circle of consciousness involved with creation. That's what it is a circle of consciousness. I call them my guys because the other name is too long. Oh, it's my circle of consciousness involved with creation. It's just too long. So I call them my guys, but when I connected with them and it was interesting because they were with me a while. I didn't know, you know, I don't know what to do with I don't know what to do with them, but they showed me how to heal myself from Lyme disease quickly, like almost instantaneously. And then as I started working with people with Lyme disease, they kept working with me. But the really key point was it wasn't about the physical healing. It was because I have this curiosity or insistence, like show me what's in the way of humanity reaching our full potential. And so they every time I worked with somebody, they would show me, oh, there's this thing, there's this thing, there's this thing. And they continue to this day to teach me and like what's in the way of us expressing our divine essence. And so that was 11 years ago when they gave me the wholeness alignment. Many of you have been to that, and others of you don't even know don't even know it was available. But it was 4 years ago when I was invited to do a wholeness alignment to a group of CC members. And I've been doing a wholeness alignment for a group of CC members and their friends and family every single month for 4.5 years. And I just have to say, you don't have to come to the wholeness alignment, but if you choose, it is always available for CC members, and I do it every single month. You just need to check my website to find out about it. The benefits of it, there's a half-hour video there that will tell you, why you want to do it. And I have a book that talks about my wanderings in Tasmania and all these weird mystical things that happened to this ex-accountant. But that's all I'm going to tell you about the background. I want to go to the quantum leap for humanity because that was such a powerful, like, what they inserted in my mind. Like, oh, what is that? And when is that? What will that look like? How long will it, like all of those questions. You guys know what it's like with all those questions. And emerging sovereignty is a major part of our quantum leap. And so I'm telling you that in case you're wondering why I'm talking about quantum leap instead of emerging sovereignty. But when we look at the quantum leap for humanity, like there's lots of talk about ascension or talk about moving to 4D or 5D dimensional or like ancient prophecies, solar flashes. Like there's all sorts of ideas that could be that. And my guys only ever talk about a quantum leap. And I like that because it's more open, less defined. We have less of an idea of what it is. When we talk about ascension, it's like, oh, have I ascended yet? The funny one, I think, we're going to go to the fifth dimension. And years ago, people were like, okay, we're gonna be in the fifth dimension, and they're trying to act like what they think the fifth dimension will be like when they don't have any idea. We don't have any idea. Like I haven't found anybody that's able to say what this will be like. And that's okay with me. The thing that's absolutely undeniable, though, is we are in the quantum leap now. I would say 9 months ago, I started saying, we are in it. It is now. I've waited 30 years, but we are in it. It is now. And it's an unprecedented time of change. And so all of our ideas of what we've been and what works and how we are and what we're going to do with our future and all of that, it's like, I don't know how that survives a quantum leap, but I'm not sure it does at all. Because this is well, I'll do it this way. You guys, especially you guys that are sensitive, I'm not real sensitive, but even I notice there have been um, frequency shifts, energy blasting to our world. Frequently, actually, Ken Carey wrote about it, back in '86 when I woke up. I think it was one of them frequency shifts, but they're coming more and more and they're stronger and stronger because one of the things that I hear most often about this quantum leap is we will move to a higher frequency. We will not remain on the same frequency that we are currently in. That makes perfect sense. And all you have to do is look at the Schumann resonance, which is a frequency that's measured on the Earth, and it's been the same for eons, and all of a sudden it is having spikes and extremes that are unprecedented. As I said, unprecedented time of change. But that energy that's coming to the planet is affecting the earth and it's affecting us and it's affecting the plants, the animals, everything. We're just going to talk about us, but that's a really good example of something unprecedented is going on at this time. When I look at, because I I ask my guys lots of questions, they don't answer lots of them, but that's okay. When I look at how what this will be like to this point, it feels like it's a real gentle up leveling. Like it's just a real gentle up leveling over time. It's almost like we're on a boat or a canoe on a river that's going uphill. And so we're just kind of moving along and moving along and moving along without we might go through an intense period where we get grumpy or, feel out of kink, and then it smooths out again. And then a little bit later, it gets weird again. You know, I'm grateful. I'm grateful it's happening like that because it is assisting us. I'm talking creation, God, all that is, source, is assisting us to go through this quantum leap quite with as much ease and grace as we can muster. And I want to, part of what we're going to talk about tonight is the ways that you can make it even easier and more graceful. Does the quantum leap include a moment of massive change? I don't know. Entirely possible. So many things have talked about solar flashes and whatever. I don't know, but I do believe it is worth being ready to deal with anything. Um, Boy, I don't know if you guys saw Alex Collier and Simon had a interview with a couple other people, Laura Eisenhower and somebody else. And one of the things they were talking about, oh gosh, I'm sitting here going, where did I hear this? One of those, Simon or Alex, my guess is in this quantum leap is so unprecedented because it's not that other beings haven't shifted their existence, but we're taking our physical bodies with us. We're connected to the earth and we're moving with the earth through this quantum leap. And that's a big deal. That's what makes it really different. And it's also why a lot of the stuff that my guys have been giving me to offer, to people, it has to do with helping up level, helping repair and restore your physical being, so that this is an easier ride. And there's even more coming about that, taking us to another level as far as physical healing and stuff. But this is a period as we go through this. I have to say that first. It if while we're going through this, you suddenly notice things coming up that you thought you dealt with a long time ago, issues, concerns, annoyances, triggers, whatever. Um, we can't take that crap with us. We can't. And so everybody is having little bits of stuff or big bits. You know, we all carry different things of stuff coming up in your face. And so, what we're going to talk about tonight is ways to one, um, move through this as easy as possible and yet not ignore or gloss over the stuff that we need to deal with. All right. During this process, it's a profound remembering of the truth of us. It's taking us from where we are and have been, limitations, beliefs, being feeling unworthy, not what they've told us, even feeling it ourselves. Um, Programming, binding agreements, not being free, having things be like we feel like we have no choice and that we're a victim of, or having no choice. Being powerless is a horrible thing. So that's where we've been. And I gotta say, even even those of you, many hold on. Yes, even the movers and shakers. Like there are people that we've known in our lives that are very successful. They really deal with everything really well. Even them, they're not at their full potential. They're not at their full divine expression. Like they're doing better than some of us down in the tight place. Oh, that's a great way to describe it. It's like a tight place. But they're going to be going through this quantum leap as well. Because what happens is we will be remembering the truth of what we are, how we've been created, what we are capable of. We're going to rediscover, we're going to discover for the first time our gifts, our wisdom, our knowledge. We are going to become I love it, individually and collectively, remembering and the truth of ourselves, divine, creative, connective whole, but we're being empowered to express our divine, authentic self, essence, divine essence. Pardon me. I tried to do it. I'm going to stumble once in a while. It's okay. You'll forgive me. But we're empowered, becoming empowered to express the truth of us, our divine essence, without apology and without reservation. And that's the part that we haven't done very well down here for lots of reasons. But we're moving into a place where we will have not just the freedom, but the willingness and desire to be all that we were designed to be all that we can, to, you know, to really shine, to be our divine selves. I love it. Authentic is the word. It's really good. Um, and as we move into that place, what we're going to discover is we will discover a whole new level of guidance and clarity and grace because that's possible up there. It isn't as possible down here. We've been working through tons of subconscious beliefs and assumptions, the things we've been told, the things we've believed. We don't have to go there. We're going there. And so hmm, we try to imagine what that will be like, but all of our ideas are too small. Like we don't really have a frame of reference to give our idea of that a good, we can't envision it anywhere close to what it's going to be. And I love that because even at my greatest visions, it's like, and beyond, and beyond. I want that for all of us. We're going to have so much fun. But because it's beyond our imagining, we cannot direct this unfolding. We don't know how to navigate this quantum leap, and that's why we have all kinds of help and all kinds of, guidance and guides and the universe and it's like we all, and this is without a doubt, everyone here, we all came here for this time. This is not an accident. We didn't kind of We weren't dropped off in the wrong place. We came for this time, knowing that this was going to be a huge challenge. And we were going to be doing something, taking our bodies with the earth, and moving to a new awareness, a new level of consciousness. That's a great way to put it. A new frequency. Our frequency is changing, but we're taking physicality with us. And so we chose this. It's really good to remind yourself of that. Whenever life gets weird, I'm here for a reason and I chose it. I love it when I'm up doing sessions. I'm aware often of all of the beings that wanted to come, and they're watching and they're amazed and they give us so much appreciation. And like we often wonder, did we get the short straw or what? But uh it's a privilege to be here now for this. And if you're one of those, there many are. We all took on different stuff. Some of it was not fun, some of it was really not fun, and yet we don't really know what we took on, not just for ourselves, but for the entire human collective. Because everything we do for our own um, moving to our full potential, it affects the entire human collective. It also affects the earth and beyond. And so don't beat yourself up or underestimate how important or valuable you are. And we all came with a part. And don't compare, don't measure, don't try to figure it out. Like you came with a part, you came here for a reason, whether you know it or not. So let's see. I love it because from our divine essence, like from us before we came in, we set up all kinds of things. Our guides, our helpers, the means that we would use, who would say that like be the catalyst for an aha moment, all of that stuff. And we're all going through this quantum leap. But it's going to be different. It's very individual because we brought in different things. We set up different scenarios. So we might be doing it in different pathways or different means. We might be doing it in different timing, so don't compare whether you're ahead or behind. um, w the things I'm going to talk about, we might be doing them in a different order. There's not okay, here's step one and step two and step three. It isn't like that. It's like, oh, I wish I had a good analogy. It's like an obstacle course, but you don't run it. Everybody doesn't start here and run there. Everybody's going at it from opposite directions, having to deal with the same obstacles. Um, and frankly, some of the obstacles look different when you're coming from this side than when you're coming from that side. So it's so important for you to find that within yourself that enables you to go through this transition without having to reach out and get somebody to save you or do whatever, like to have that self-certainty, that self-clarity, to move through and ride with it. I often say surfing through this, we need to learn how to ride with this. And we're going to be okay. I know we're going to be okay. All right. So let's see. You are all guided and assisted every step of the way, whether you're aware of it or not. That's absolutely true. And what I want to first encourage everyone, it's going to be really important because this is so individual for you to follow what calls you. And like I said, there's many pathways or means. You may find the support and assistance you need sitting in nature, meditating, praying. It may come from coming to my sessions or going deep into CC's monthly spiritual topics or doing Emerson's shadow work. It could be that, I mean, there are so many books and videos, local practitioners. There are so many possibilities that can assist you through this obstacle course. I love that. I'm going to carry that obstacle course with me. That's a good one. But there's so many things that can assist you. And so, oh God, I my guys are so funny. I've been looking for a word all day, and obstacle's going to be it. Um, Follow as you are called. And I know some of you are like, well, I don't feel it. I don't know it. I don't, how, tell me, I've always said I'm a rock. I don't hear, I don't see, I don't whatever. But here's the thing you need to know. Um, Here, two things. State your intention. I only want what's in the highest and best for me. And if that's your intention, you will be guided, even if you're not aware you're being guided. You'll start walking this way, and suddenly, you get redirected and you go, well, wait, I wanted to go over there. Okay, okay, and you go with it. I know because I could never hear, and yet I wandered around the world, and they always redirected me to where I needed to go, or gave me such clear signs or validations or senses of rightness. So I want you to trust yourself and play with it. Try it out. Like, don't go, oh, I don't know if I should. No, try it out. How wrong can you get? It's, you know, uh, I suspect even if you tried to walk off a cliff, they're going to do something that fixes it for you. So, don't be like, have some courage and it will make more sense in a minute. Okay. What we're going to do what I want to do because quantum leap. So you have this idea of the quantum leap, and we have the idea of the obstacle course. So we're going to talk about some of the things that are on the obstacle course. Some of them are steps, they're aha moments, they're awarenesses, there are things for you to overcome. And like I said, you don't do them in order. We don't do it the same way, but they're similar, same obstacle course. So I want to like go through and say, okay, this is one of the things that you'll most likely have to deal with, or you'll most likely face, or this aha will really help you, or whatever. And I want to do it this way because we're all going at it in our own way, but I want you to be able to recognize, oh, I've I've been through that one. I've been through that one. I think I have it now. Or, oh, I've been through that one. I don't think I'm through it yet. How do I get the rest of the way through? Or, ooh, I haven't stumbled on that issue yet. Um, is it going to come up? What do I need to do? Some of the things you came in with them done. Others of the things you have to do a little more intensely than someone else. But what we're going to do is so that you can recognize. One of the biggest things I notice from when from me talking to people and having my book and being a rock and not knowing is that fear of not knowing and fear of getting it wrong is such holds us back in ways that are shocking. And so often, if you realize that you're not the only one going through that, um, it makes it better. Like, oh, okay, I'm on the right track, even though it's not a fun track, or even though it's a little confusing or whatever. So that's why we're going to do what we're going to do. Now, most of us have some sort of memories from our childhood where we knew we were different. Hello, did anybody feel like, oh my God, I'm different from everybody else? Yeah. And did you wonder why you were here? Like, what the heck is this place? Um, did you know you had a spiritual connection, but it didn't fit into the religion, it didn't fit into church or whatever, but you knew on a deeper level that you had some sort of connection with something that everyone else didn't seem to have the same. Um, my guess is the majority of you discovered that you had like this deep caring for animals or other people or nature and the earth. And it was almost like it was part of your makeup. This is why I love CC members because that spiritual, like a deep spiritual connection that it doesn't fit in a dogma and that deep caring for the world and everything in it. Like that's unique to CC and I love it. You guys are amazing. Thank you. Um, one of the other things is like you may have done what, oh, get the job, oh, get married, oh, get the house, oh, get the, and then you get to a point and you go, well, shoot, there's got to be more than this. Like you reach the pinnacle and you go, there's got to be more than this. And so like I'm just saying these things because all of you would have some of these. And that's really it's like where it starts for us that came in for this time for our specific whatever. Um, and yet, even with that, even with knowing a spiritual connection, even with our care for other things, or recognizing it was very difficult to move forward. We had all that subconscious baggage that we had no idea was there. We didn't know how much it affected us. You know, we slogged along as best we could. And so, the subconscious stuff has been a major hindrance. Do you think so? Well, the time is here. The quantum leap. We are in the unfolding. We are in the quantum leap. And here are some of the key aspects or obstacles that you have been or will be facing during this quantum leap. And at the end, there'll be some advice to assist you. Now, I'm going to go through these aspects or obstacles, and I want you to know many of them are intertwined. It's not like a clean this step, this step, this step. They're intertwined. So um, I'll do it as cleanly as I can, but there's going to be a limit. And what I want to say is the steps, the aspects I'm going to be talking about, these have been given to me by my guys, and they are they're my own experience, but they've been given to me by my guys and are the foundation for all of the wholeness work that I've offered up till this point, and the replays that I've made available. So I just because they have been working with me for all of this time and beyond. I know I came in with that connection, how to help unleash humanity from all that bound it into a full divine expression. All right. And I'm going to just say it again. There are many paths, many means to move through these phases. So you go with what calls to you. Like, okay. One of the, give me a second. One of the biggest, most life-changing choices, I'll say it as a choice, that makes a difference into how this unfolds for you is choosing that you want the highest and best for yourself. Just that choice starts calling in the highest and the best to the best of to as much as possible. It just happens. Most people like when I first started working with people, most people like want health, they want money or abundance, they want relationships, they want their path and purpose. And it was really what I was shown very clearly is, yeah, all of that is great, but you can't get there from here. You need some foundational pieces so that so that that works better. And the most life-changing and foundational piece I know is what has been provided in the wholeness alignment. Um, and I know I'm not the only person doing this kind of work, so I'm not saying you have to come to this, but it's you have to reclaim your free will. You were given free will, a beautiful gift from your creator. It has been utilized against us, and we have not utilized it. We've like not realized the power that comes with our free will choices. We've felt helpless or not able to, and we haven't recognized that we can make a massive change. Boy, am I going to run out of time. Okay, I'll try to talk faster. Um, so it's a matter of reclaiming our free will because nothing can help us because we have free will. We have to make the choices down in here because out there they can't come in here and fix it for us, if that makes any sense. So you have to activate your free will. And the funny part is, one, you don't know you can, and two, you don't know what decisions to make. And the second thing, and these, I think these are like so intertwined, choose to fully align with your divine self, you at the highest expression, one step out of creator. Okay. And so when you choose to align, you've activated your free will, and then use that free will to break agreements and clear programming, clear, like there's all kinds of things that happen in the wholeness alignment, but you can do it outside of that as well to deal with the subconscious stuff. It's like for you to take back your free will is empowering. And you don't even recognize. I love it when people come out of the wholeness alignment, they're like, oh my God. Because stuff clears that you didn't even know you could get rid of, that you didn't even know it wasn't like permanently yours. So, okay. Second, big piece, big piece, discovering grace. Grace is the divine, unconditional love, support, and protection. When you discover grace and recognize that you've had access to grace forever and it's been helping you forever, but you've ignored it, you've never asked it, you don't depend on it. But when you realize, like, oh, oh, grace, I can call on grace. Grace is always available, always. And when you call on it, when you depend on it, amazing, miraculous things happen. So discovering grace and discovering the universe, God creation source, always has your back. And if you can open yourself to receive that, along with the guidance and clarity comes with all of that, and it's there for you. But you have to get to the point where you trust yourself and you trust grace and you trust the divine. You have so much more communication, whether you know it or not. Things have been guiding you and helping you move through life your whole life. And so that's one of the things that happens when we in the map journey. It's a key thing, discovering grace and allowing it, embracing it. Okay. Next big one, and it's another really big one. The first ones are huge. Owning yourself and not you're not a victim of anything. Own yourself. Don't be, oh, I can't, oh, I shouldn't, oh, I will. No, own yourself. Value yourself. This goes with wanting the highest and the best for you. Own yourself. And It's not an overnight thing. It's a hard one. It's gradual. But as you take responsibility and say, okay, this thing's happening. Oh, well, let me own that. And what happens when you are no longer a victim? You have the power to break the agreements, to change the frequency, to change the outcome. And so you become empowered and free. And it's a wondrous thing. This is part of one of those things that we need to have in place as we move through this quantum leap. Let your relationships transform. Next big one. This one's a big one. Because it's usually our relationships with people, with experiences, with, jobs, whatever. It's like we let them make us crazy. And that's not necessary. Like, allow your relationships to transform. And there are certain things you do within that, forgiveness, clearing triggers, traumas, breaking agreements, which we do up in the wholeness alignment, um, clearing the emotional baggage, all of that stuff. It sounds like a huge, like, oh my God, how will I ever get out from under this? But it's not that bad. We are in this amazing time where we are given so much help because everybody really wants this unprecedented thing to happen. And so they're watching for us. They're going, oh, look, oh, we need to give them that. Oh, we need to help them with that because they're all cheering for us. We got our own cheering squad over there. Okay. Next obstacle. You would think I said it earlier when I said choose the highest and best for yourself, but not necessarily. The next one is love yourself. This one's not an easy one. We have so much belief, assumption, programming, self-doubt, self-criticism. It's not all ours. I'm going to tell you, it's not all ours. We picked it up along the way. Drop that. I almost said, drop that crap. Just drop it. Like as you love yourself, you will be open to receiving more of the gifts, the blessings, the possibilities, the miracles, the help, because you'll stop feeling like you're not worthy. Like unworthiness does not go through this quantum leap. And it's a lot more fun to recognize that you are loved and cared for and more than worthy of all the gifts and blessings being showered on you. One of my favorite things is help me to receive the help, the gifts, the blessings, the help me to receive because we haven't allowed ourselves to receive. We haven't believed we are worthy. We haven't been willing to accept the beautiful, wondrous things, beings that we are. All right. And forgive yourself. Big one. Okay. That's why they're intertwined. So this one's a real interesting one, and it's definitely one of the obstacles. It has to do with integration. We have our consciousness, our spirit, or whatever, and we got this physical body, and they are intended to integrate into a singular expression. It's funny. A lot of humans love the physical, don't want the spiritual, love the spiritual, don't take care of their body. We are intended to integrate fully because what that does, that creates like if you can just imagine for a minute, like your luminous light body that fills your physical body, and then it's got a tap root. People don't like tap root, but tap roots can go up straight up to your divine self, totally connected and aligned, and a taproot into the earth, totally connected and and integrated between all of your energy bodies so that you become this individual wholeness within the field of oneness. You must be willing to integrate and make beneficial choices for your physicality. What happens too when this is your foundation of being, the thing I just described, that's your foundation of being. And allowing that integration strengthens your foundation of being. It brings you strength, integrity, courage, clarity. Like it empowers us to fulfill what we came here for. And without that connection, without full integration, we can't. We're only half there, you know. Um, they want me to give me a second. They want because we're taking our bodies with us. Oh, wow, I love it. Because we're taking our body with us, like connected to the earth, taking our body with us through this quantum leap, we have to be fully integrated with it. We don't have to worry. It's not going to hold us back. It's not going to weigh us down. You know, even if it's caused you all kinds of problems, don't worry. I love it. There's new stuff coming starting in April that will is really about restoring the physical body to a level that will allow it to move through this quantum leap in a whole new way, more than we've. So anyway, yay. Okay. We're I'm doing better. I will be done. I'm doing good. So, last big, nope, two, embrace your sovereignty. Sovereignty is a funny word. I never knew what it meant. I love it because you're a sovereign being, which means you have the right and the power to choose your experiences. You're empowered to make choices for yourself with that wonderful free will that you have. And so as you stand in your wholeness, that foundation of being that's fully integrated, and trust yourself, first off, and your creator and your divine self, like, and grace. Hello. Um, that is what we're becoming beyond what I can even imagine, but an integrated wholeness that remembers our connection, remembers our divinity and our connection to the earth, that remembers grace and trusts ourselves, whether we hear or see or whatever. Like, it's like, don't worry about, I don't know how to get there. You, great. Hold that thought. The last, what I call a big step or obstacles or whatever phases, is when you discover that what you have been doing for yourself to get free, to get clear, to get strong and integrous, it's not just for you, it affects all of creation. It affects the entire collective, but all of creation. So that's even better. That makes it even more fun. Okay. So great. Oh, that sounds wonderful. Sue, how do I do that? How do I go through this period? Like, this is kind of scary. That obstacle course looks pretty daunting. Well, I have some ideas for you. They helped. Number one, this is number one. I didn't number all of them. This one is number one. Every single day, state your intention. I only want what's in my highest and best, or I only want what's in full alignment with my divine self. State your intention. And this is massive for both protection and for moving you in your chosen direction, reminding you of your foundation of being. Like, this is how I do it. I remind myself of what I know is true in me instead of all that kerfuffling going on around me. And I remind myself what I want. And I'm telling the universe I want what's highest and best. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know how it unfolds. I don't give that. I don't get in there and try to tell him what to do. I just want it to be in my highest and best in full alignment. All right. That's number one. I just have to say it because some of you guys don't know me. That is your best protection. Like, in any weird situation, use that. I've had people tell me they've used that. I only want what's in full alignment. to get their car repair, their expensive car repair they couldn't afford, getting it for free. Like they just kept saying that in their head while they were going through so don't be bashful. The universe wants to help you with everything. So next, ask. This is a big one because one, we don't ask for help. We don't ask for all kinds of things. I'm going to do this in two parts. Asking a question will get the universe, your guides, your helpers, all that is, like they start looking for the answer and bringing it around in front of you. It's a given. Like, so don't be bashful. When I lose something, I'm like, how, I ask. But even I'm working on some stuff on the microbiome, and so I'm asking the question, and man, the stuff is hitting me all over the place. It's asking and then listen and watch, okay? And let it register. But don't be afraid to ask. You can ask, don't be afraid, and just, can ask multiple times. Asking for guidance is huge for all of those phases or obstacles I just talked about. When you're confronted with one, like if you have an issue that's arisen that you thought you dealt with, ask your divine self. I'd say ask your divine self. Your guides and helpers will jump in there. Ask, oh, how do I move through this? Ask grace as well. How do I bring this to a resolution in a win-win situation? Ask for, I love this one, ask for maximal assistance and support for your wholeness, for your divine expression, for your health and vitality, for your path forward. And it will give you maximal help. There are several of you in here that have told me your stories of when you ask for maximal assistance, what happens? Asking and then paying attention, okay? And let's see. I think I. Oh no. Okay, I'll do it here. And then open to more possibilities. Open up to more possibilities, more miracles, more solutions. One of the most challenging things from where we've been is the lack of possibility, the idea that miracles are special. Miracles are every day. Grace is always there. Anything is possible in any moment. Like, allow for that, open for that, okay? And I'm going to tell you, this is why I don't tell them what they should give me, what they need to do for me, because I've always been given, I just tell them, this is the issue. I've always been given more than I've ever asked for. They have a way better idea of what will fit in perfectly with my unfolding, and they give it to me. I just have to open up that door and go, okay, I got this issue. Can you help me out? And they do. So, um, especially, I don't know if for this quantum leap, I would give up your ideas of what it's supposed to look like or what it would look like if it's going the right way. If you will just allow it to unfold, sometimes it will look like it's going way wrong. And then by the time you get to the end, it's like, oh my God, was that perfect? How did that turn out so good? You don't know. If you knew, like I said, we don't get to orchestrate this. In the wholeness alignment, we ask our divine self to orchestrate this transition so that we are blessed in every moment. Okay, keep going, Sue. And when you run into obstacles, look for the yes. Look for the door that's open. Um, and as things up level, embrace the up leveling. It may feel a little wonky, a little like ooh, 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 but just embrace the up leveling. We're not in Kansas anymore. This is not going to be a normal, a normal day. It's like stuff's happening. Go with it. Go with it and celebrate it. All right. Trust. Trust is huge. Find what you trust. Having something that you trust is huge. Grace is always available. I trust grace beyond. I trust my creator, actually. I trust my divine self. Like I trust because because I've been in all kinds of weird situations and trusted and they've never let me down. But you have to if you don't rely on like give it a try, like risk it a little bit, you won't know how totally trustworthy and dependable God and creation and grace are. All right. Um, you also need to trust yourself that you will know what you need to know. Um, even though you don't think you will, you don't think you'll know, or even that you don't think you know, just keep walking and you'll and allow it to be miraculously unfold. Okay, great. I already said that. Be willing to receive. Hello? Boy, are we a bunch of people that want to give, 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 and we won't receive worth crap? Like what? And it's that unworthiness thing. But if you don't receive, you don't have anything to give. This is a critical piece of this quantum leap. You have to be able to receive. It fills you up. One, it one you need to know, not you need to know that you are worthy, and then it will flow through you. You'll get what you need, and it will flow through you. You will have so much more to give, but you will be filled, and then it can flow and fill others. This is a real critical point. You have to be able to receive the abundance, the gratitude, the opportunities, the resources, all sorts of things, whatever. There was a, no, I'm not going there. I'm gonna run out of time. Um, life is so funny. I love it. Learn to surf. And this one is also, it's not easy because because of as squished down as we've been, we would take our little corner of the world and make it so that it was our safe place and we don't want anything to disturb it. It's where our comfort zone is, but it's not comfortable. It's limiting. It is squishing you down. It's like there has to be a moment where you allow your idea of comfort zone to expand to a quantum comfort zone, which is grace, which is trust, which is knowing the universe and creation are all cheering us as we're down in here going through the obstacle course through this quantum leap into a glorious and monumental expression, expansion of the truth of us. Another way to get through this, be very aware of your focus, your words, and your choices. And I'll just say it this way. You can go negative or you can go positive, and both are slippery slopes. And you know, once you realize that, yeah, I understand. Oh, let me have a crappy day, and I'm going to wallow in it a little bit. But you're affecting everything, and we're beyond that. You can't be taking that crap with us, you know. So just allow your frequency to rise when you're in a tough spot. Stop, breathe, ask for help to receive the help, and allow it to dissipate so that you can allow your frequency to rise. This is a frequency rising. All right. Now, I'm going to tell you the one that's funny and then I'll go. And as you're going through this obstacle course and it's challenging and it's like, ooh, 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 ooh. If you hear that click, 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 you know, when you're on the roller coaster, you hear that click, 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 as you're rising up, click, 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 as you're going up that big hill, click, 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 click. If you're hearing that, just call on grace, uh, trust yourself, and get ready for the ride. Because, you know, it could, right now it's gradual, but I don't know if there's a big something. So just know that all of this is to be prepared. So that you can ride through this, and it might even be a little fun in spite of scaring the crap out of us. Okay, so truth is true, whether you believe it or not. Okay? And you are already as you were created, in spite of anything you've been told, anything you believe. You are already precious, perfect, divine, creative, brilliant, amazing, awesome, resilient, and so much more. And we're going to discover what so much more. Um, Jean Houston had a great story that I loved and about a Stradivarius violin. And a Stradivarius violin is like the epitome of violins, the most expensive, the most prestigious, the most perfect violin. And she's like, we as humans, we're like a Stradivarius violin, and yet we play like a plastic ukulele, plunk, 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 plunk. And this so reminds me of this quantum leap. Here's the plastic ukulele, plunk, plunk, plunk. And we are going to go through this transition into Stradivariusness and beyond. We're going to discover the full expression. We are the music. We are the full expression without the limitation of the instrument. What does it look like? I don't know. Is it going to be challenging? Yeah, I think so. Has been. Probably will continue. Are there going to be fun parts? Yeah. Is this, there's something about being in CC that is so um, precious to me because we are doing this as an individual, but it affects the whole human collective. That's why we came. That's what we came here to do. I know we've had those crappy things happen to us. Forget it. This is what you came for. And then I guess, if there's any questions, now's a good time. I'll think
Thank
up.
you, Sue. That was so beautiful. And let me say, you are definitely more than. I love you, my friend. So, someone has asked repeatedly about the link with Simon and Alex Collier. I doubt if you have the link, but Melinda has looked for it, and Melinda will be posting it in the chat so she can share. All I ask is that we focus
Laura
on their
Eisenhower. If you look at
Laura Eisner.
look up her Rumble. I think it was on her Rumble, and it was her and some guy named Mark or somebody, Mark or Mike or somebody. Yeah.
Okay.
Or you send me an email and I'll see if I can find it because I probably can.
Melinda just posted it in the chat, so people will have access to it.
It was amazing. It was amazing. I wish they would do more. That's my recommendation for Worldwide Voices. Just saying.
Okay. Um, some of those people are on the list. So, Chris, do you have a question for Sue?
I do. Well, first, I wanted to echo Angela's comments, Sue. That was truly beautiful and just such an amazing talk about an honest talk about what's happening right now and practical ways that we can receive some help. Thank you. So before I give you a question, I did want to just mention that Sue, there have been tons of comments in the chat about your wholeness alignment process. And my guess is at least half of the people here, probably more, have been through your wholeness alignment process and has experienced the beautiful benefits. I know that I have as well. So I see some people holding up their hands. Lots of people go through it a whole bunch of times. So I wanted to share if you're one of the people here who have not been through it, Sue mentioned it briefly earlier. There is currently information in Mighty Networks about it because Simon and Becky have approved Sue offering her wholeness alignment process to CC members. So you can check it out. There's a poster on Mighty Networks. You can also check out Sue's website, suecimino.com. I'm sure Melinda's putting it in the chat, but if you haven't done it yet, it's amazing. Sue might have something to add to that.
Well, what I want to add is I do it every month and it's free to CC every month. The thing that's special in the one that's mentioned in Mighty Networks is it is only CC members. Whereas then the other ones I've let in your friends and family, they're not all CC members. So,
Thank you, Sue, for that clarification. So, on to the next question. It is to please remind us of what grace is.
oh, right. I had it on there, explain grace. Oh, no, I did explain it. Grace is the divine, unconditional love, support, and protection. Like, and it's tangible. It's not like a, it's real and it's tangible and it is always available. Grace finds you where you are, but it never leaves you. If I wish I'd have brought my little grace picture because it bridges everything. Hopefully that was. It's interesting. I'm going to say this because when people started going through the map journey, and that's the first thing is you gotta be able to open to grace. People were amazed because because of the exercises or whatever they discovered, oh, I've always known grace. Oh, this has happened to me my whole life. I've always had that. And but they never realized the fullness and the amazingness of it. And now they write me all the time going, "Oh my God, this amazing, this miracle happened, this happened, this happened, this happened." So I want all of you to write me those letters.
I love your answers, Sue. They're just so they feel warm and kind of enveloping when you answer a question. It's like, oh yes, I want that. Somebody asks, what tools besides wholeness alignment would you suggest for dropping all the crap that we've been told or believed for one reason or another that gets in the way of loving ourselves?
Okay, well, um, I know I'm not the only person on the planet doing this kind of stuff, but after the wholeness alignment, the map journey is next, because it goes directly into child parts, it goes into triggering, it goes into a lot of the trauma and the really like there's a lot of spiritual things that go airy fairy. I shouldn't say it that way, that sounds degrading, but that go real light and fluffy and don't really go for the meat of, but it's like, no, we need to go to where the pain still is, because and then break the agreements there. Break the agreements. Like that goes beyond forgiveness. It's a whole other thing.
That's
That's what I would recommend is the map journey. And I, I can't recommend what other people do because I don't know. But last year, a year ago, my guys suddenly came in with a whole emerging series that blew me away and took things to the next level. And they're getting ready to do it again with this starting in April. And I'm just going, I'm just riding with it because what I see them doing, this isn't really the answer to your question, but what I see my guys doing is every single session I do has a grace clearing, which hello. Yes, thank you. I will bring that in. Every single session I do has a grace clearing, which goes into a deep, almost a meditative state. But grace comes in and surrounds and allows you to break agreements and drop things. It unravels karma. It does I mean, you could just sit there and say, oh, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, it might work. Maybe. I don't know if it works. Okay, do it. But in the grace clearing, there's a divine love energy that is enabling us to move so far beyond the things that have bound us. I was an accountant. I like things efficient. I don't want to come see me 10 times. It's just like, no, no, let's go. How can we do a clean sweep of all that stuff? And so I know that's why I got this job.
Okay, thank you, Sue. So I'm going to combine, there's a whole bunch of people who are interested in signing up for your wholeness alignment. Somebody mentioned the tune-up. People are asking where to find the map journey. So I thought maybe you could take a couple of moments to talk about signing up for the wholeness alignment, the video, the order of things, because you don't want people to show up for the tune-up. Anyway,
Okay.
over
Yes.
to you.
Thank you. I'm glad you guys all asked that question. The wholeness alignment is the foundation. You must do that first. I'm my guys. I'm really, but they make me that. It's like I check. You have to stay there for the whole thing because what is cleared in that is huge. It's you notice it. Most people notice it. Some people don't. But that's the foundation. Once you've done that, I have I'm still doing a monthly tune-up. That is, well, I originally set it up to help clear the body of anything you happen to run into in the last month that it was causing you a problem. But what it has become is my guy's way of repairing and preparing as we're moving through this quantum leap. I'm watching them up level, go places that, wow, I'm blown away a lot. So that's the tune-up. The tune-up is live. And then the tune-up, the wholeness alignment is not recorded. The tune-up and the map journey and all of the other sessions have all been recorded and are available as replays. And they're all on a platform that I keep. That's it, and it would be mostly CC members because you're the guys that that have said, yeah, we want this stuff. The map journey is a self-study. It's 11 sessions. You do it in order. The emerging sessions are not, you don't have to do them in order. There's a lot of older sessions about ancestral clearing, health and vitality. I don't charge for anything. I receive donations, but I do not charge. So my stuff is accessible whether you have money or not. All you need is a desire and a willingness to move into what is in your highest and best, and then be called to this. If you're not called to it, no worries. I'm not offended. You'll find your stuff. Did I do it?
Yes, thank you. Perfect.
So, Sue, someone asks, if humanity evolves along with the Earth, will the souls of our loved ones who've passed away evolve with us as well?
Oh, I love that question. You know what? I don't. Well, people, okay, we're going through this quantum leap. So it is us connected with the earth. We're going through this quantum leap. Souls that don't go through this quantum leap don't cease to be souls. They don't cease to exist. They're just not brave enough, lightweights, to go through this this big physical transition with us. But that doesn't mean that they cease to exist. They're going to be, no, I don't know if that answers the question for people. To me, dying is such a weird thing because we don't go anywhere. We still are, and we don't lose the ones we love. We don't. Um, how it will reformulate once we go through this process, I don't know. But but this is what I will offer. And oh goodness. Um, in my on my platform, if you sign up for the mailing list. Chris, I didn't say how to sign up for the wholeness alignment. If you go to my website, there's an event page. There's a link there to sign up, and it's there every month. But if you join the mailing list once a week, maybe less, we send out a reminder of what's coming. But if you join the mailing list, you can set up an account on the platform where the replays are. Until you do the wholeness alignment, you can't get the replays. But what is there is resources for your wholeness. And in there is something, a thing about forgiveness, off the charts, fantastic. I've had people telling me, relatives coming out of the woodwork from 40 years that they haven't talked to them, coming out like nothing, weird stuff. There's one in there about a blessing and clearing. I do blessing and clearing every single week for the people you submit, including you. You don't have to resubmit every week. Once you're in there, you're in there. And that has shifted things for lots of people's family members. Not 100%, but lots of them have, because it clears out things that shouldn't be in there. And then because I clear them every week, it doesn't let other things come back in there. And then there's some other things, the morning audio and stuff like that. They're all free resources that you can use without having done the wholeness alignment. So ask, um, you can't fix your loved ones. You can't fix them. You can't make them do things or see things the way you want them to, because they have their own free will. They have their own soul choices. So just ask that they be blessed with miracles, grace, and help to receive. Just ask that they be blessed. And if there's something, and I would ask, and if there's something for me to do, let me know what it is. And if not, then I'm just gonna not get in the way. Forgiveness helps a whole lot if it's something that's an issue between. Okay, next question.
Okay, thank you, Sue. So next question, what are the physical things you spoke of that are coming in April? Are they med beds?
You know what? No, they're not med beds, but I'll tell you what, when I've been blown away, like, because I've been blown away. I'm like, so what are you going to do? Make me do like, so this is going to take the place of a med bed? Like really? Like what? I don't know what. I don't know how far it will go, but it is dealing with sections of our physicality and breaking agreements down to the cellular level and downloading what will restore and up-level that physicality to what is able to move, because we're like down in this little tight spot. Our physicality here is not really prepared for this big quantum leap. And so man, they're rolling it out, and it's going to be amazing. Hopefully it'll make sense, because I'm just along for the ride. Um, it could easily take, I'll just have to say, lots of people have had physical healing from the sessions. A lot of them have. Not everybody. I wish everybody would. That would be fantastic. But it's hard because it's not the same issue for everyone. For one, it's an agreement that needs broken. For another, it's a self-deprecating or something, like it's different. I really do expect that this stuff that's coming will assist a whole bunch more people in ways they, you know, are surprising. So that's the best I can do. Early April, probably, and you have to have done the wholeness alignment to do these. Like you have to, you can't come to, but it'll start the week after Easter is what I'm looking at, and then it'll be for a few months. It'll be multiple sessions.
Thank you, Sue. So someone asked, will disclosure and RV happen all at once as we go riding through this quantum leap?
I don't have any idea. I don't have any idea. Um, in some ways, I expect. Well, here's what I'll say. I expect this quantum leap to radically change our abundance, for one, our health and vitality, for one, our sense of self, our sense of in the world. Like it's going to change all of that. Now, is disclosure and the RV part of that happening? Well, it could be. Certainly sounds like it might be.
Thank you, Sue. Okay, next question. Are we doing work in the astral plane when we sleep? I wake up so tired.
Oh, that's a good question for Simon when he does there's you absolutely you lay down your body and rest, and the body, the physicality is resting. But man, I've had a million people tell me I'm out sprinkling stardust around the world. Like we the truth of us can even have multiple expressions, not even all here. So, so yeah, I wouldn't limit it to we're working in the astral. It could be broader than that. But the question that I would ask is why, like, what about it is causing you to be so tired rather than, like, for me, if something's in alignment, it tends to enliven more than um, drag me down. And so I would start asking both your body and your guides and grace and, your divine self, what is it that is causing me this tiredness? Is it temporary? It could be just a passing thing through this transition. And is there something that I can do that would benefit my body? Because we're really to the point where we need to start making good choices for our body that are beneficial for our body. Many of people have said, oh, you're going to go in a med bed and then come out and still eat the crap. Well, we need to start seeing the choices we're making and recognizing whether they are contributing to our health and vitality, and then start allowing our intention of the highest and best for us to include our physical body. I hope those sentences made sense
Yeah.
together.
Thank you. That was a really good explanation. So, not that you have a crystal ball and know everything, but with this quantum leap, someone questions, do you think this will cause us to have to live longer as we go forward?
I don't have a crystal ball, but yes. And I just have to say, I've been told, like, as I don't hear and I don't see, I've had more readings than anybody on the planet. I've been told multiple times that I live to at least 120 so I could see the effects of my work. But with the med beds, every single cell in your body regenerates. Some of it every 3 weeks, some of it might take a year or two. Your bones, I don't know how long they take, but everything is new. Like, why does it get old? Why does it get sick? Why does it age? That's programming. That's belief systems. That's agreements. That's, and that's part of what we'll be going after in this next series, to go even deeper to breaking those type of things that cause us to age and get old and
Hmm.
not be vital. That'll be fun.
Thank you, Sue. So
I
I know
was
we're
very
getting.
happy. Let me just say this. I was very happy when I heard about med beds and things like that, because when they told me I would live to 120, I figured it would just be me. I'd be this old thing with all these younger whatevers. And all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, all my friends will be with me. And we won't be with having walker races.
Okay, thank you, Sue. And I know we're getting close to time here, so I was just going to share a comment that I'll preface by saying, Sue, you don't need to respond to this because I'm sure Sue wouldn't make this claim. But somebody, the wholeness alignment clears everything in all caps. So I thought that was a lovely comment. So my question to you, Sue, is do you have any last comments that you'd like to share?
Well, I'm going to tell you one real quick story that has to do with her comment. My favorite comment ever in the middle of a wholeness alignment when I was doing them one-on-one was this guy. And in the middle of it, he goes, oh my God, you're relentless. Because I'm an accountant. It's like I remember everything that I need to go in there and clear. So, um, my last comment would just be an absolute deep wish for each and every one of you to be able to move through this quantum leap with ease, with grace, with joy, And together, we will do what we came here for, to assist humanity to move into its full divine expression as the wondrous beings that we have been created to be. And thank you. I just say thank you. You're like my mighty companions. Thank you for caring. Thank you for being willing. Thank you for, following your knowing. It's everything. And I hope to see you somewhere.
And thank you, Sue. This was wonderful. And everyone, the comments are just amazing. I will send them to you. And I just want to thank you for sharing your wonderful gifts with us. It was a great evening, and I'm so happy to have you as part of CC family. And I thank everyone else for coming also. It's been such a wonderful evening, and I hope you come back again for our next Worldwide Voices. Good night, everyone.
Thanks and good night. Happy everything. And more. Happy everything and beyond.